Hi y'all, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Chanel. Hi, I'm Fash Fab. You can call me Fash. This is Sally. Today, buckle up Buttercup. It's going to be a long one. I am going to show you my top 3 palettes of the brands that I have on my table. This will probably be part 1. We all know I have more brands than this in my stash. On this channel, we create beauty one palette at a time. Today, I'm going to show you my faves. Grab your drinks and grab your snacks. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm just going to start on top. Some of these palettes you could still get. Some of them you cannot. But I'm going to show you anyway. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie. Yes, I'm probably going to be repetitive in my wording just because that's who I am. If these palettes don't fit your fancy or you don't like them, that's why we're different. I will do the best I can to link the ones I have down below. If they're unlinkable, then maybe you can find them on Mercari, Poshmark, something like that. But here we go. Round 1. We're going to start with Vive just because it's right here on top. I think I only have one video on my channel using Vive, but I don't remember which palette. This is the Muse palette. This is what this looks like on the inside. Very neutral look. These are very large pans. Pigmented. I love Vive. It's a very expensive brand, but I love them all the same. This is the Essential palette. So this is Muse. This is the Essential. There's really not that much difference, but by the time you put them on your eyes, you can see a difference. But my number 1 favorite palette from the brand is 90s, just because it's gray, sultry, yummy goodness. These grays show up as gray on my skin and not as blue. So I really, really like this palette. Next, we have Simply Posh. This one is Citrus Punch. That's what this one looks like. I super love this palette just because it's colorful, it's spring, it's fun. And y'all, they make some darn good eyeshadows. Just throwing that out there. And this recently has been restocked, just so you know. Simply Posh Cozy Cabin. That's what this looks like on the inside. Again, very neutral looks. You do have the pop of colors up here, but man, does this pack a punch. It is pigmented. Snow Angel. This one's their new one. This is my favorite one from the brand. Y'all, just this center row, the yummy goodness of this center row is fabulous. Like this green, this purple, this pink. Yes, please. It's so pretty, and I love this palette. I am so thankful for Ice Cream Beauty Box because they're the ones that introduced me to this brand. But this is their Resurrection palette. This is a very colorful palette. But let me tell you, when you're in the mood for color, they've got you. They've got you. You don't need to go anywhere else. They've got you. I mean, barely, like tap your brush into the shadow, it's over. So this is the orange. Let's see, we'll go into what, the blue, and this is the green. So this is the orange, this is the blue, and this is the green. The second one that is my fave from the brand is, this is Edward Scissorhands 2. I really wish I had the first one. I really wish I had the first one. But this is the color story of the second one. And let me tell you that this shade right here, oh my gosh. This definitely is a glass snow globe. This is definitely what the sparkles look like in a snow globe. My number 1 favorite palette from Wicked Widow, which will probably become no surprise to most, if not all of you, the Crow. Y'all, This is what this looks like on the inside. This is so good. And I mean so good. Like so good. So good. I'm going to be buried with this palette. Bella Beauty Bar. I have the top 3 of my favorite from this brand. Dead Roses, which is what this one looks like. You have the reds. You have the purples. Like the plum maroon color. Oh, this palette. You could do so much with this. This is fantastic. Next, we have Vamp. I am not going to take the shadow protectors out, but y'all, when I tell you that this is a good one, it's a good one. My number 1 favorite palette from Bella Beauty Bar, Poison Garden. Y'all, that's what the inside of Poison Garden looks like. These blues, wow. I think if they could glow in the dark, they would. They almost can. Melt Cosmetics. Okay, we have Gemini 2. That's what this looks like on the inside. I have had no problems with mine molding. I know there has been several of creators out there that have problems with theirs molding. I have not with this one. Anyway, so this is my 3rd pick. My 2nd pick from Melt is the Bailey Sarian Fatally Yours 2 palette. That's what this looks like on the inside. These silvers, the silver, the white, and the black are everything. That's all I gotta say. The girl knows what she's doing when it comes to makeup. My number 1 favorite from the brand, which some of you know, some of you may not, Mary Jane from Melt. This is what the inside of Mary Jane looks like. This would be my favorite color story and my favorite palette of all time of Melt. This is it. I don't know if Melt can top Mary Jane in my eyes. Gourmand Girls, y'all. The 3rd one, Silent Night. This palette, I think, was the turn of Gourmand Girls. This was my wake up call when Gourmand Girls started to turn their formula around and started to get better and better. This was it. This was it. So this is number 3. Okay, y'all. Gourmand Girls, Frozen Kiss. When I tell you that it's this shade right here, blew my socks off. Like, blew my socks off. And they're so buttery. So buttery. So that's what it's like when you pick it up. But to put it on your skin, y'all, this is fantastic over like a light tan or a brown base. Just so you all know that. And my number 1 palette from the brand this far, and this kicked the Warrior palette off the number 1 block. Bitten. Bitten. I don't know what else to say. The reds and the grays and just this shade, you know, she's doing those funky foiled shades again. Dude. I don't know what else to say. But this color story, wow. Wow. Fabulous. I love it so much. But this is my favorite from the brand. Okay, Beauty Bay is really good with just their house palettes, just their palettes, not so much everybody else's, you know, that they pile in there. But this is a very ginormous palette. Now, they do have 14 pan palettes, and I believe they have 9 pan palettes. But because I like this color story so much, I just went in for the big one. It's like, let's go in for the 42 pan. Let's go big or go home. Smoky gray. Yep, this is number 3. And I love this so much. This palette is fabulous to add like the Inglot to make eyeliners from. Wow. I have the Botanical. This is Botanical. I like this. Very neutral, which is usually not my cup of tea. But this palette, there's something about it. My number one from this brand, not gonna lie. Reckless Romance. The red, the pink. I mean, this black down here. Ooh, this transition shade. I love this. I love this for the pink and reds. In my head, that's this. Unearthly, just a taste. This palette shocked me. It wasn't the reds, y'all. It was just the purples. But it was also the greens. It just shocked me. Weird color story, but still perfectly coincides together. Spring Magic, Unearthly. I love this palette. This is so much fun to use in the springtime. Even, y'all, I travel with this. This is a fun color story to play with, and this is spring. This is definitely spring. Although it is missing like the yellows and the oranges, but this is spring. My number one from Unearthly, the Gargoyle. Very neutral, but let me tell you, this bad boy packs a punch. Don't sleep on this. Do not. Like, that's this. And then you have this color, y'all. Fantastic. This color down here. This is just all sorts of yummy, yummy goodness. Yummy, yummy goodness. So here is all of those swatched. It's just good. Gargoyle is just good. Everything about it is just good. Blend Bunny. Like I said, some of these palettes you're not going to be able to get, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it and dance around the fact that you can't get them. They're my favorites. I'm going to show you my favorites. Surge. This is Surge. This palette is so much fun to play with, especially in the black light. The bottom row is so much fun. The Dollhouse Blend Bunny. Y'all, very neutral, but it gets very dark. The color stories all line up. Maggie is fabulous at color stories and color and just putting them in an eyeshadow palette. So if this is your very first palette, your very first time to the brand, she's going to guide you without you even asking. It's all right here. It's a map. It's mapped out. You're good. From the brand is Longing. Just the greens and this whole color story. This whole thing is just beautiful. It's the good, it's the bad, it's the ugly, it's dark, it's light. How she made this palette, what it means to her. It's everything. I love it. And this is my number one pick from the brand. Inslee Rain. I will show you my top three from them. My third is Land of Enchantment. This is a pretty good sized palette, but y'all, this is super duper pretty. This is also mapped out. So it is, you know, your light going into dark, but everything has a place. It's all right here. These are beautiful colors. Very pastel, but beautiful all the same. I would say that there's no one or two from this brand because, dang, this was rough. But I will tell you straight up, Cold Moon, when she came out with Cold Moon, I couldn't get to the website fast enough. This palette was my favorite from the brand for a long time. But it is a very close tie now. Is Underland, which looks like this. These two from Inslee Rain have my whole heart. These two are my favorite palettes from Inslee Rain. When I go to my Inslee Rain section of my beauty room, these two palettes are the ones I grab all the time. I love them. I just love every single color in these two palettes. Okay, Sugar Drizzle. That's where we're at. This is a Plumeria Dragon. That is this color story. I love this so much. I love the fact, y'all, this shade right here is fabulous. Just the pink. I mean, me and my pink, but wowzers. I love this palette so much. Bunny Snow, y'all. This shade, but this center shade. Check out that center shade. I have only used it like once or twice, and that's all you have to do is just barely swipe your finger across that shade, and it's like, it's there. It's there. And you can make it go on your eyes like that. It's great. This, it's just so good. Y'all, my number one favorite, I think, is Minnie's favorite, because this palette has also sold out, come back, sold out, come back. I don't know how many times. But this is Monster Party. Y'all, color. The color in this palette. Wowzers. This shade. Yeah. Yep. Love this. Love this so much. Okay, y'all. This video is getting like super duper long. So after this, I am going to stop and then we'll do a part 2 because, y'all, I could be here all day doing this. I don't care. I'm going to be here all day doing this. Okay, here we have the Nomad New Zealand Stargazing palette. Yep, sure do. Yep. Yeah. Just the color story and the fact that I can, ooh, like this, just watch it shift. Just this shade right here. I mean, look, this is just magic. I don't know how they do it, but literally, like this one, magic. It's just magic. Nomad, Royal Europe. Yep. This whole bottom row, face plant. Face plant. Every time. This is so good. This palette, wow. I think this palette rocked a lot of people's worlds when this bad boy came out. And my number one favorite palette from Nomad, yep, Ghost Town. I have hit pan in every single shade in this palette. But like I said, don't you worry. Yep, I have a brand new one on my shelf. I have a backup. Don't you worry, I have a backup. But dang, this palette, obviously, for obvious reasons, is my favorite. Every single one of them. What do you think? Do you guys have any of these palettes? What do you think about my choices? Are we twinsies? Let me know. Like, subscribe, share, click that notification bell down there to let you know next time I upload. I hope you guys are having an awesome, amazing day. Go out and do something kind for somebody. And I'll see you in my next video. Toodles!